All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a development in cancer therapy that is so huge, it could completely flip the script on how we fight the disease.
Now, I know this is going to sound like something straight out of sci-fi, but just imagine, what if you could take one single powerful cell and grow it into a massive, targeted army to hunt down and destroy cancer? It's the core idea behind a truly stunning breakthrough.
And when I say massive, I mean it. Researchers have figured out a way to grow, on average, over 14 million specialized cancer-killing cells. These are called natural killer cells, or NK cells. Think of them as our immune system's first responders. And they can grow all of them from just one single stem cell. It's an absolutely staggering number, and it points to a totally new way of thinking about treatment.
So, why is this such a game changer? To really get it, you've got to understand the hurdles we're facing right now, with even the most cutting-edge cancer immunotherapies.
Right now, a lot of these incredible living drug therapies have to start with cells that are already, well, mature. Think of them like fully trained soldiers pulled directly from donor blood. And while this has been a huge leap forward, it definitely comes with some serious drawbacks.
And this is where we hit some major roadblocks. I mean, look at this. First off, these mature cells, they're stubborn. They're really hard to genetically reprogram. Plus, you get huge differences from one donor to the next, so consistency is a nightmare. But the real kicker, the biggest hurdle, is that programming them takes a ton of this super expensive stuff called a viral vector. You can think of it as the delivery truck for the genetic code. All of this adds up to sky-high costs and, honestly, agonizingly long waits for patients who just don't have time to spare.
This slide just lays it out perfectly. The old way is like trying to change the DNA of an apple after it's already grown. It's custom, it's incredibly expensive, and you just can't scale it up. The new way completely flips that. You go right to the beginning. You program the seed, the stem cell, before it even starts to grow. And just like that, you have a process that's scalable, efficient, and consistent.
So how in the world did they pull this off? How do you actually engineer this seed cell? Well, this is where the science gets really, really cool.
Okay, so they started with these amazing little things found in umbilical cord blood. Don't get bogged down by the crazy long name. All you really need to know is that these are super early-stage stem cells. They're basically a blank canvas. They can be told to become any kind of blood cell you want, including, you guessed it, those cancer-killing NK cells.
And the process they came up with is just, wow, it's so elegant. Check this out. Step 1, they take a few of those stem cells and multiply them like crazy. We're talking up to 1,000 times more in just 2 weeks. Then, step 2, and this is the magic trick, they use these things called artificial organoids. They're like tiny lab-grown structures to basically give the cells their marching orders. You're going to become a natural killer cell. And finally, step 3, they just let those newly committed cells grow and mature into a massive, pure army of cancer killers.
A slick process is great, but does it actually work? Well, this is where the story goes from just promising to, frankly, unbelievable.
Remember that 14 million number I mentioned? Yeah, that was just the average. Get this, when conditions were perfect, the team was able to get up to 83 million mature cancer-fighting cells from a single starting stem cell. I mean, the potential for mass production here is just absolutely insane. And this is so important, because they engineer the stem cell right at the start. Those genetic instructions get passed down to every single one of its millions of descendants. What does that mean? It means they need a tiny fraction of that super expensive viral vector. We're talking 1/600,000th of the amount. That just craters one of the biggest costs in the whole process.
And this isn't just a cool lab experiment. Look at this chart right here. They put it to the test in mice with human leukemia, and the results speak for themselves. These lab-grown NK cells were incredibly effective. You can see how they just hammered tumor growth and helped the mice live way longer. It proves this new army isn't just huge, it is seriously powerful.
Okay, so let's put all the pieces together. What does this actually mean for the future, for real patients?
You know, this quote from the research team just says it all perfectly. We're talking about shifting cancer immunotherapy from something that's bespoke, a luxury item that's incredibly expensive, to something that could be a scalable, off-the-shelf medicine.
And the scale is just, it's hard to wrap your head around. Think about it. With just a tiny piece of a single cord blood unit, something that often just gets thrown away, you could create thousands of treatment doses. One single donor could end up helping a massive number of patients.
Which leaves us with this incredible, powerful idea. Are we actually heading toward a future where a living, breathing drug that hunts down cancer cells could be as simple to get as a doctor grabbing a standard dose right off the pharmacy shelf? It sounds like a dream, but this research shows that future might be a lot closer than any of us thought.